Hi, I'm Doug Keating, and this is Letter to Sons, my personal blog where I share life lessons learned along the way. Today, I'm going to share 3 ways to make progress on your annual goals. Let's kick things off with a band from the 80s you have probably never heard of, The Call. Let's get real. I don't know about you, but for me, 2021's already been a tough year. I think for some reason I thought magically when the calendar went from 2-0 to 2-1 that things would improve. They really haven't. Everything from what's happened on the national scene, where you saw the madness and mayhem on the National Mall, to include a riot spilling into the halls of Congress. I mean, that was just crazy. All that is a long-winded way to say it's been tough to make progress on my 2021 goals. So what I want to do is share 3 ideas for how to do that, because I still want to have an awesome year, and I bet you do too. Idea number 1 to make progress on your goals: get started. Your goals are not going to happen until you make them happen. Many times the hardest step towards achieving a goal is the first one. The mantra I like to tell myself is move out and draw fire. It comes from my military days. The battle is not won sitting in your foxhole waiting for the fight to come to you. Life's somewhat similar. Your goals aren't going to come to you. No, you must head towards them. An example from my own life. A few years ago, I got snookered into doing a Spartan race. Part of the Spartan race, you have to be able to do burpees. If you fail an obstacle, there's a penalty, which is 30 burpees. I knew I had to practice. Burpees suck, plain and simple. I'm not good at them. I don't know anybody who is. And the only way you get better at them is just cranking them out. I was reluctant to do this. In the back of my mind, though, I knew I had to, because there was no way I was going to make it through every obstacle clean. Sure, glad I was able to start. What I did is used a program where I didn't start by one day waking up and say, hey, I'm going to do 30 burpees today. Nope, I started with 5, then 10, then 15, so that I worked my way up the ladder in order to be able to do more burpees than when I started. Simple example that shows sometimes you just got to start small and get going. Idea number 2, get help if you need it. On more than one occasion, I was not making suitable progress against a goal because I didn't know what I was doing. I needed to conduct research, take a training class, or talk to an expert. I recommend you do the same, especially when you have an aggressive goal and you do not make any tangible progress. You may need help coming up with a workable plan. And nowadays, it is amazing the resources that are available to you, that you can tap into. Take full advantage of these resources. Don't go it alone. A simple example from my own life: one year I was like, you know what, I'm going to get a little bit more serious about running and see how I do in the Army 10 miler. So I just thought, I'll just start running more, and that's what I did. Injury led to injury, led to injury. Next thing you know, I couldn't even compete in the Army 10 miler. I was so scuffed up. The reality was, at my age, at that time, I couldn't run every day, and that's what I was doing. I needed to learn a better way. So I found a book that helped and basically came up with a completely new training program so that the next year I was able to stay uninjured and actually run a decent Army 10 miler. The reality was, if I didn't change my ways, I would never have achieved that running goal, plain and simple. Third way to make progress on your annual goal: quit a goal if it's no longer relevant. I talked about this last time. Don't waste your time working on goals that no longer matter to you. This option sounds harder than it is because many of us have been told never quit. As an Army Ranger, I can tell you it is in my DNA to not quit. That mantra, though, is bad advice when it comes to annual goals. Early in the year in January, I come up with this huge laundry list of things I want to achieve. Some of them are good ideas at the time. The reality, though, is they are not going to happen. I'm just going to need to discard that goal and focus on a lower number to achieve success. Now, I'm not saying to just throw in the towel and get rid of all your annual goals. Rather, I'm saying it is okay to quit a goal. It doesn't make sense to continue pursuing something that you're not passionate about. I'm Doug Keating, and this is Letter to Sons. I hope you enjoyed this video and blog. If you did, feel free to share, like, and send the link to your friends. Let's head out of here with another song by the 80s band, The Call.